bought a quiche in a supermarket?
A few times. It's been a while since the last time I had one.
One thing I do know is they're quite expensive. So what we'd like to do today is we'd like to show you how to make a really simple quiche for one person that's going to cost a fraction of what you would in the supermarket. I've actually got a different recipe here. We're just using my laptop so that James can follow it, and I'm going to set James a task of following my recipe to see how it compares to the slightly more complicated one in the book. So we'll see how we get on.
Right.
Okay.
The ingredients for this recipe are 1 onion peeled and chopped, 1 teaspoon of oil, or if more is necessary you can put a bit more in, 2 heaped tablespoons of plain flour, 1 egg, half a mug of milk, and a handful of grated mature cheddar. It actually costs less if you get a block of cheese rather than the ready-made grated. But also you can grate it how you want it as well. Fresh parsley, dried herbs, and salt or black pepper. And one way to check that the oil is hot enough is to add just a piece of the onion. You see that's not got up to temperature yet, but just give that a couple of minutes. Okay. So now we can see that the oil is up to temperature, and now to add the remainder of the onion. So I'll just see nothing to say of it, get all that in. Yep, and then fry the onion on a medium heat until golden, so roughly about 5 to 10 minutes. It's a good idea to give it a stir every now and then, just to make sure the onion doesn't overcook. Yep. And while this is happening, preheat an oven to 170 degrees. When the onion starts to turn golden brown, then it's done. And when the onions are done, just simply set aside to cool, and then we're going to make the pastry. Just dip the flour into the mixing bowl and then season with the salt or pepper. This recipe is very much aimed at those who prefer to work without scales. So instead of weighing the margarine, it's 1 tablespoon of this margarine to then rub into the flour. And also very wise to have this out of the fridge for at least an hour before using it, because that makes it softer and easier to use. Yeah, that's roughly about it. Tablespoon, and then mix or rub all those together until it looks like breadcrumbs. And so yeah, it looks like breadcrumbs. And then next is to tip the crumbs into the base of the foil dish or baking dish, and then press them down on the base and the sides with the fingers or the back of a spoon, and that makes the pastry base. And then spread the cooked onion over the base. Then sprinkle over the cheese. Actually, better to use fingers for this. And then take 1 egg. Half a cup of milk, and then whisk those together. And it might be a good idea to season with just a slight touch of pepper and salt. All mixed together, just pour evenly over the onions and cheese. And then sprinkle either about a teaspoon or just a few fingers full of parsley or herbs over the top. So I'll just have like a few of those and then just sprinkle them all over the top. It is tasty with fresh parsley or herbs, although that does put the price up. Bake in the oven for 25 minutes at 170 degrees until golden brown. When the quiche has had its time in the oven, check it if it needs more time or if it's ready. When it's ready, just leave it to cool for 15 minutes.
So here we are. James, this is my favourite bit, the eating. It was billed as a quiche for 1, but as you can see, we've split it between us. So it could feed 2 people if you're having it with other vegetables, or a salad as well, or a jacket potato. Or if you're like me, greedy, I've been capable of eating the whole thing. What about you? Do you think you could have managed the whole lot?
If I was really hungry, but then I like to share.
Let's give it a go.
That's delicious.
Mm.
Yeah, the warmth and the ingredients all come together beautifully.
That is perfect. Well done, James.
Yeah.
And thank you for trying the recipe out.
Yeah, well, thank you very much, and thank you to everyone watching. Try the recipes for yourself and taste the delights of these amazing kitchen creations.